Welcome to the Half Point Per Podcast NFL Draft Live Edition. I am your host, Evan Riggs, joined as always by my co-host, Dalton Willie, and for the first time ever on the 2-year history of the NFL Live Draft Show, Johnny Pham. Johnny, what is up?
Oh, I gotta go real quick. Sorry, guys. It's going good. Besides Dalton spoilers every other message, but it's going good.
You got to keep up with the draft. The draft keeps up with you.
So, as soon as we figure out who the Saints are taking here, because I'm kind of waiting with bated breath, I'll get the board pulled up, and we'll go over some of the guys who have gone. But for anyone who's just joining us, obviously, I'm sure you're watching the draft. If you're joining us at any point, the Saints just trade up 16, 98, and 120 for number 11. I said right before we went on live, it kind of feels like Jameson Williams to me. He's been a popular mock to the Saints. I'd be shocked if it was for a quarterback, but the Saints were a popular Malik Willis team later in the draft as well. So I don't know. I'm surprised. I can't believe it hasn't been spoiled on Twitter yet. I'm still just sitting here looking at it, waiting.
Yeah, I'm refreshing frantically, but
dude, get on TweetDeck. What are you doing right now?
But everyone was saying that there would be a run on wide receivers, and it looks like it's starting. I still think Garrett Wilson going 10 instead of 8 was a pretty big surprise, but I just feel like everybody had Garrett Wilson mocked to the Falcons.
I do like the Let's Go Pelicans in the Saints war room right now.
Well, it appears it has been spoiled for me. They traded up for the best route running wide receiver in this class, so Jameson Williams is still available, but Chris Olave went to the Saints.
Really? I still haven't seen it. Oh, there we go. Yep, Chris Olave. Oh, man. Okay, so now we have 3 receivers off the board.
That was quick.
It was quick, and I'm pretty shocked that Jameson Williams was not one of those first 3 after he was up clear as high as number 8 overall. Let me get the tracker up here. I think it automatically refreshes too.
Well, and I mean, this is kind of a shock here. Jameson Williams has been said to be some people's 12th overall. Now, a lot of people said, and this is where I'm going to start.
The straight up talk right now already.
The Vikings were wanting to trade out of their spot. They were rumored to want some of the corners in the draft. Neither of those guys fell. And Kansas City has a great opportunity here to trade up, get Jameson Williams, and really do what we need to do here. So I'm keeping my breath held for this pick because Jameson Williams to the Chiefs would be all time.
So before I move on, I actually want to give a little round of applause to the Washington Commanders. I actually think this was a smart and sound trade. Like, could they use another receiver? Yeah, probably. But do they need another receiver at number 11 overall?
I don't want to steal your thunder, Evan, but the Vikings did trade their pick.
Really?
To the Lions.
To the Lions. Oh.
Wow.
The Lions, I guess, have the 32nd pick, so that they trade back to 32.
It has to be. And I mean, they have to be going for Willis here, right? They're getting in front of the Texans.
But why do they have to trade up to 12? Are the Texans really taking Malik Willis at 13?
You know, bad franchises make bad decisions. And it appears the Lions are doing that here.
Okay, while we wait for that pick, I want to say 2 things. Number one, as I was about to say, shout out to Washington for actually doing something smart, getting more picks for a position that they can take later in the draft. They've already got Terry as number 1 guy. They've got other receivers who are like exist and okay and can play on the field a little bit. But then number 2, they have Logan Thomas when he is back healthy. But I just think actually a solid move for Washington, so good on them. And if the Saints really wanted Olave, they probably did have to actually move up. So I understand it from their point of view. Oh, we just saw the Chiefs are the first game on NFL Prime Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, which that's going to also be crazy. A lot of news dropping really quickly here. Really hard to keep up with.
Week 2 against the Chargers. Okay, so that pick or that trade was 12 and 46 for 32, 34, and 66. And then the other thing I wanted to say is you mentioned it, I think, on Twitter, Dalton. Not feeling too thrilled about where Drake London ended up in Atlanta, and then Garrett Wilson going to the Jets is a ding to his rookie draft stock too. So the first two receivers off the board, it hurt more than helped where they went. And then I don't know what Chris Olave to the Saints does to his draft stock.
I like that one the most. I mean, in part, it's quarterback play, but I also felt like out of
but
these
it's
three
Jameis.
receivers,
How much longer does he have? Jameis, like 1-2 more years. Like Jameis isn't going to be the permanent answer there.
No, not at all. But compared to, I mean, neither of those teams, I think, have the permanent answer. We'll see on Wilson. I guess the jury's still out there. But out of those three receivers, I think that Olave can probably perform better with a bad quarterback because he is such a good route runner and he gets separation at a better rate. Drake London.
If Michael Thomas is actually back and healthy, that's a pretty sick 1-2 route running combination right there.
Yeah. Out of all of those guys, I think I'm most concerned.
Jamison Williams to the Lions is what somebody is saying. And this is not a very official account, though. So I think someone may have been duped. But they do have 100,000 followers, but I've never heard of them. So
okay, you're scaring me.
Let's wait. But I just saw it pop up on my timeline.
You're scaring me here, Evan. I really need this for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, Benjamin Solak is saying Jamison Williams to the Lions at 12. Now Albert Breer, it's official. So don't like that for Jamison Williams this year. I mean, probably the smart move if you're the Lions. I guess they're probably going to pass up on quarterback at least early. They can suck again, but they're setting up a nice foundation for a quarterback in next year's draft, I kind of think.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely looks like it. Death to DJ Chark, who is absolutely not.
Big blow to Chark, who, he's a deep threat guy. Well, they just brought in a guy who does everything that Chark does well, but better. So that's not good for Chark. Whatever bet you and Eli made about DJ Chark today, it's not looking so hot for Eli right about now. Not
at all. This is absurd. The Lions doing this hurts a ton. Hate this landing spot.
So so let's rank. We've had 4 receivers go off the board. Let's just rank these 4 in terms of dynasty value right now.
I would go Olave, London, Wilson, Williams right now.
I would go Williams, Olave, London, Wilson. I talked myself into pretty quickly that the Lions are intentionally building a good foundation, but are still going to stink and then get the quarterback next year. That's what I think is going to happen.
And that is honestly a really smart move on their part. This will, if you draft, apparently the Eagles traded up just now, a pick or 2 picks.
No, weren't they already at 13?
No, they're at 15. The Texans are at 13.
Wait, so what? Yep. Oh, yep. That is a trade. The Eagles moved to 13. I wonder if they moved from 15. They also have 18.
I believe this is going to be another wide receiver, if I had to guess. Which one?
I don't think so. I don't think there's any receiver. I think there's a gap. I think there's a tier gap in receivers that starts right now where you shouldn't see another. There's no other receiver who is worth anything more than a top 20, like a 20 and below pick.
I don't disagree, but why else would you trade up?
I mean Jermaine Johnson is falling. That is a guy that, like, since the Chiefs receivers are gone, that's the guy that I'd want them to trade up for right now. So maybe that's who the Eagles are going to snag. I don't know.
This is wild right now.
We've already had 3 trades and we're not even to the 15th pick yet.
Yeah, and that wide receiver one that everybody was talking about was apparently not smoke at all. Big bummer. None of these landing spots are ideal for me. I think the best outcome
15,
for
124, 162, and 166 is the trade that what the Eagles are giving up.
So will they trade a 4th and a 5th along with pick 15?
Matt Harmon's making the point, and I think he's right. Obviously, he knows a lot more than us, that Williams is a great fit to go with Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's an underneath guy. They got the vertical burner to stretch the field and open it up for him. I think it actually is a great thing for St. Brown.
I do too. I think it was a very good pick by the Lions. I just think it's a really awful pick for Jameson Williams' short-term fantasy value. You probably weren't getting anything out of him this year anyways, but now you're probably pretty happy if you're a guy who liked him and you're drafting in the second half of your rookie draft because he's definitely going to fall. This year, I mean, I don't want to say this year he's not going to be a contributor to your team at all, but I don't think he's going to unless the Lions somehow get Malik Willis as well.
I'm just like still processing that. I'm pretty floored that they trade up 20 picks for a wide receiver. I wonder when the last time was that's happened, if that's ever happened. Like in the first round. Like the Chiefs trading up to get Patrick Mahomes was 17 picks, 18 picks. Trade up 20 picks for a receiver. I think it's really good, but that's a big time investment.
I'm pretty floored that a team with this many holes went wide receiver here. I mean, like Hamilton is still available, which some people think he might be an all-pro level safety. You have Jermaine Johnson who's still available here. There are guys on the big board here who could be day one contributors. And this is the Lions basically saying, we're okay with you not doing anything your first season.
I'm starting to get to the point. Jamie Eisenberg tweeted, Jameson Williams is awesome. Don't screw this up, Jared Goff. I'm not counting on Jared Goff long term to not screw it up. I'm hoping there's somebody else in there pretty quickly.
It's a long draft.
It's a very long draft.
I lost my train of thought. But I'm starting to get the itch. I'm really hoping the Chiefs trade up to get Johnson to get the D end at this point.
Yeah, my hopes for the Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to draft George Pickens, aren't they?
The Eagles are taking Jordan Davis. So the Eagles traded up for Jordan Davis.
That makes sense. They probably wanted to hop the Ravens because Jordan Davis felt like the guy that fit the Ravens.
So maybe Baltimore wants to trade back right now. I'm just saying 14 was a pick that felt in play for the Chiefs.
That it does, but do you think that Jermaine Johnson feels like a Ravens player? Because I kind of do.
I think the Ravens were already open to trading this pick. I think Andy Reid and Harbaugh have a very good relationship and have very open trade dialogue. I also think that the Ravens were pretty set on Jordan Davis, and I know Ravens fans were pretty set on Jordan Davis from what I've seen. So it just feels right for them to trade out. Whether or not it's the Chiefs, I don't know, but I kind of think the Ravens might be trading out here.
I do feel like they should trade out. They're probably the most complete team in the top 20, and they don't really have any need to pick here when they can stockpile picks.
I understand the logic that you point out about the Eagles trading up to get ahead of the Ravens, but I just like by and large don't like trading up for Jordan Davis.
No. I understand you want to jump the Ravens. I don't know if Jordan Davis is really the guy you want to jump up for, though. I mean, Howie Roseman does not care about day 3 picks. That's very clear because I think the Eagles lost all their day 3 picks now. What will be interesting?
Mick Schaefer says Jameson Williams, it'll be a top 32 duo with Jared Goff.
Oh my God.
Johnny, are any of your 4 prop bets still alive and kicking right now?
Oh no, they're down. Just glad I didn't gamble on any of these with
all of them.
Money.
All 4 of them are toast.
No,
that can't be true because you've got the SEC. Over
the SEC one's probably the only one that will hit.
So it sounds like 17 picks was the superior strat.
Okay, yeah, but I wasn't gonna do that much research for fake money, but I just the Malik Willis first.
It could be very easily real money. You who lives in Colorado.
It's true. Or Kansas if they ever decide to pass us. Like, what's the latest hearing? Is it like a yes, no? I hear it's like flip-flopping every 5 minutes.
They made it seem like earlier today. This was the Action Network reporting it, so not even like a local place. It seemed like it was
Probably
happening.
smoke.
Seemed like it was happening to me. Well, Chris Paul is 11 for 11 in this basketball game right now. I got distracted by that.
Pretty good. But my one bet with Malik Willis going first QB and then Evan Neal as the first offensive lineman was toast by the Panthers.
I had that one too, and I had Neal going top 5 and Jameson top 10, and they both missed out on that by a couple picks.
Do you have Saints picking Pickett or Willis? So
that's still very much alive.
It's a chance, and then
Willis' first quarterback was your last one, right?
Yeah, that one's toast. That one doesn't matter.
I was talking about the other day how I really was counting on the Jets and like figuring out the Jets in order to hit these props. I got their number 4 pick and their number 10 pick exactly right.
Wow, it's like you should be a Jets insider.
To be fair, I think I also bet Jameson Williams to go. Yeah, I had another one that was Jameson and Gardner, 4 and 10, and I would have preferred to win that one because that was plus 950 overall, so that would have been a big win. But it's okay.
Can't believe 3 wide receivers are picked in a row.
Yeah, I think 6.5 over is looking pretty good at this point for wide receivers taken in this round.
I'm just shocked. I literally said, like, I personally would have taken Drake London as the first receiver. I just didn't think there was like really not much smoke that made me feel like that was actually going to happen. So I pretty much said I don't think that he will be the first receiver off the board. Sure enough, first receiver off the board, Drake London, and good for the Falcons. Now they just seem to get a quarterback and an entire offense to go with 2 big time physical studs that they've got.
Yeah, well, they also need defense too. They have AJ Terrell. Actually, they need everything except now they do have 2 receiving weapons. Maybe Kenneth Walker and Bryce Young end up in Atlanta. Let's make that happen for fantasy.
Kenneth Walker there would be pretty nice.
So, out of all the rookies who have gone, Evan, would any of them rank in your top 30 in redraft rankings right now?
Like positional?
Wide receiver?
No, I don't think so. And I because Jameson was my number 1 for Dynasty, just based on where he went and me kind of trying to forecast the future a little bit there. But you're definitely not ranking him top 30 because we don't know when he's going to play. Olave, I think, would be pretty close. I think Olave is probably like, just without looking, top 40 for sure, and probably like top 36. I think he's probably knocking on the door. And then you're going to get if nothing else, you're going to get the volume argument for Drake London, I think. I think London would be the next closest. I don't know what to do with Garrett Wilson, really. I don't think he'd be a guy I'd be drafting to even be like a first guy off the bench. I think he should be like a 10th round pick.
Yeah, I mean, I am concerned if whether or not we even see Garrett Wilson outcompete Corey Davis in his first year for those snaps. And then I know everybody's going to laugh at this, but Braxton Berrios was a legitimately all right positional player for the Jets last year. So they definitely
There we go. The Ravens taking Kyle Hamilton at 14. So the fall stops for Hamilton and they keep the pick.
I really like that pick for the Ravens.
Yep.
It's a really good defense. That's actually kind of a steal for them. Jordan Davis probably was who they wanted. Surprised they did not draft or trade out of this unless no one wants it. I'm starting to wonder. What pick are we at? 15 now?
Yeah, I mean we're the further we go, it's like the easier it is for the Chiefs to.
How much smoke was Jermaine Johnson going in the top even 18 at this point? Was it a lot of smoke? Do you think, or do you think he's legitimately a talent?
I mean, he was a guy that really rose up the draft boards in the draft process and not during the season as much. He was a guy that, as we've talked about, was mocked to the Chiefs for a while, pretty early in the process, and now he got clear up to top 10. But, like Trayvon Walker was the same way to an even greater degree. He was in the mid-20s. I saw a tweet that they were like I don't know what the date was, but at some point there were odds for 30 players to go number 1 overall, like in this calendar year, and he was not one of those 30 players, or like within the last 12 months, like since the beginning of the football season.
Wow, that's crazy. I don't know. Just out of curiosity, PFF actually has George Klafkis as the 10th overall prospect in this draft. Would you rather the Chiefs end up with Klafkis or Jermaine Johnson?
I think Johnson's better. I would say Johnson. Let me look at the Athletic and see. So he's got Jermaine Johnson 11 overall.
Wow,
and
the Ravens. I forgot the Ravens got Marcus Williams this offseason. That is a dangerous safety duo that they're going to have in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the picture of the 2020 Ohio State wide receiver room?
Yeah. Well, they had 3 back-to-back picks.
The Athletic has him 18. Karlaftis.
Well, it's also because Jameson Williams was 11. On there. I didn't know he was on the Ohio State team in 2020.
Yeah. He transferred out because he couldn't beat out Olave or Garrett Wilson, and went to Alabama, real big step down in competition, and started killing it.
Fair enough. Do you know who the quarterback was that year for Ohio State with those 3?
That's got to be Justin Fields.
You're close.
In 2020, it wasn't Justin Fields?
It was Stroud. I think Stroud for most of the year, and then Justin Fields, right? No? I thought it was Stroud for a little bit.
Hold on. Ohio State 2020.
Oh no, you're right. It was Fields. I thought it was CJ Stroud.
Yeah, you can be confused there.
You silly man. You silly man.
All right.
I'm just gonna go offline. Fields is the only guy that even attempted a pass.
I was going to say that would be weird for Fields to go in the first round of the draft when he wasn't even the best quarterback on his team. Looking at this draft, when do you think the next offensive player pick is? Do you think I don't think Texans do it. Do you think Washington?
Well, I think everyone thought Washington was a candidate for receiver at 11. And I mean, unless they like Treylon Burks, and I don't think Burks should go top 20, but I guess he's a guy that I could maybe see going top 20. I don't know. Someone's going to take Trevor Penning before we get too much further, I think.
I mean, he would be a good fit for the Chargers, I feel like.
Yeah.
Their trade for Bulaga didn't really work out for him this last year with him being injured so much.
Trent McDuffie, number 12 overall prospect, the cornerback, according to The Athletic, still on the board.
That is that's much higher than I've seen anybody else rank him.
Yeah, he's clear up at 12. At 12. Feels like we haven't had a pick for a long time here.
Well, I wonder if the Ravens had to take the full time to figure out who they wanted off their board after getting sniped.
Probably. I mean, any time a team trades up for a guy, especially when it's that short of a range, you've got to assume they're sniping the team right behind.
A person who's been right all day just said the Eagles have traded up again.
Yeah, that's Albert Breer.
Well, this person is Lindsay Okay, who I'm quoting.
Well, literally, Albert Breer tweeted that exact thing word for word. So I thought you were reading his tweet.
Oh, no. But if the Eagles are trading up again, I'm a little lost on what their strategy is here anymore. They stockpiled picks for this year, and they're just trading up to get. I guess they have guys they want.
They're undoing all the. I mean, when you've got picks, you can go get your guy if you have a guy. So that, I mean, obviously you're undoing, because there's two schools of thoughts. Like, well, you could trade for all these picks and you want them for the depth, or you have all these picks and you want to be able to just go get your guy at the draft.
Yeah, but it's really weird to have all these guys in the mid round. So you really want.
Well, it's really weird that this is now the fifth trade, I think.
Fifth trade.
I mean, literally, you just look at this board. Oh, you can't even see it now. But even after this, there's still all these trades still later on too. So I wonder how many total trades of first round picks there have been if you include the ones even before the draft. It's like probably like eight trades. That feels like a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have the Giants have the pick. The Eagles got the pick from, the Seattle got the pick from Denver.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles got the pick in the trades last year.
And it's funny, some of these have been 3 times: Rams, Detroit, Minnesota, Niners, Miami, Chiefs.
Well, go look at Washington. Theirs is Indianapolis's original pick. It's gone from 5 people.
Yeah, I can't see that one. And I think it's this pick. Oh, yep, there it is. Indianapolis, Philly, New Orleans, Washington.
Absolutely absurd what's going on here.
Okay, they're saying the Texans pick is in on the board, but yet to see a leak on Twitter.
I don't even know.
Chris Paul still hasn't missed a shot, by the way. 13 of 13 from the field.
Scott Barrett, the Chiefs couldn't give up 29, 30, and 62 for Jameson and 46. Everybody is feeling the pain of Jameson Williams from a fantasy perspective.
What this is setting up to me is we're really prime for an interesting rookie draft, I think, for everybody. Because if we get the Packers and the Chiefs take receivers in the first round, or even, mid to late second round. Oh, Marquise Brown to the Cardinals.
Whoa. Okay, I know that it's like something that everybody says every year, but this draft is absolutely insane.
Okay, without knowing the compensation or anything, what do you think of Hollywood and his fantasy outlook on the Cardinals? Better or worse than where he was currently at?
Better. It's a higher passing offense. He doesn't have to be the number one guy. And
well, really, he wasn't the number one guy last year either.
Yeah, well, when Rashad Bateman got there, and then I guess you could say Mark Andrews. But
yeah, if we're gonna say Kelsey could be the Chiefs' number one guy, Mark Andrews could be the Ravens' number one.
But for like a solid 8 weeks, he definitely led the team in targets. But he's not going to be asked to do that here. Rest in peace to Rondale Moore season, because that hurts. And even more, just gonna connect some dots here. Kyler Murray, part of FaZe Clan, which is a gaming organization. Rumors in the offseason.
Kenyon Green at 15, a guard. So Johnson's still sitting there, still sliding down the board. Chiefs. Just saying.
Yeah, Jermaine's really so. Okay, wait.
Sorry to interrupt you guys. I'm just reading things as they're flying by. Okay, so it's Hollywood Brown and number 100 to the Cardinals for 23. So I wonder if the Ravens have another receiver they like at 23, or just another player in general.
That is
because they're about to have to pay Hollywood. Hollywood's about to have to get.
Yeah, he's on his 5th-year option. Yeah. I actually hate that for the Cardinals. You're trading for a guy in the last year of his contract that you're going to have to pay.
I will say, if you're talking about going from Christian Kirk to Hollywood Brown, that's Commanders take Jahan Dotson at 16.
So now we have every wide receiver.
Wow, that's a bad pick. That's a bad
horrible
pick.
So
that's the worst pick so far.
I mean, except for Olave and I guess London on a volume perspective, this has been a disaster for fantasy outlooks. I mean, even then, Olave's not a great one, and neither is London. But
yeah, and then I mean Dotson, he's got the draft capital part of the equation now, but I don't know. Like for Dotson, I don't know if this really changed. The only way he could have really benefited was going late to a really good team, because he wasn't going to be anyone's number one, I don't think.
But I mean,
Commanders
going to pick up the option on Terry? It looks like, I don't know if Terry's going to be there much longer regardless, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. It's hard to say whether or not, if we can read into that. I personally don't think that there are guys who have number one upside in this draft, and I don't think Dotson is one of them. So I think that's a pretty insane pick in the top 20.
Okay, so just so we're clear, the Texans picked the offensive guard Kenyon Green.
Yes.
Out of A&M. Okay, and then Washington picked
Jahan Dotson.
And then out of the blue, the Ravens just wanted to ruin this and trade away Hollywood Brown for the 23rd pick.
Hollywood Brown went for significantly more. Sorry, Eli. Significantly more in real life than he did in our fantasy league. Just throwing that out there.
I mean, why would you trade? Who thinks Hollywood Brown's worth a first-round pick?
Not just the first round pick, like 23. So like not a mid, but like a mid to late. Like that's not pick 30. Like that's still a little ways. I think we're getting to the point. If there's another receiver run, the Chiefs, I'm not sure. Because I think Seth Kaiser's point, and I think he's right, is you can miss the first round of receivers, but you can't miss the second round. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to not take a receiver at the end of the first now, which is exciting. Whichever receiver they take.
Been picked yet?
No, Burks has not been picked yet.
Do you think he'll get picked in the first?
At this rate, yes. Speaking of picks, we're at 5 wide receivers now, so
in 16 picks.
6.5. Yeah, I mean, Dalton was a guy who I think was pretty borderline first round by everybody. So him going in the first round is a big time win for the receiver prop. Pretty big loss for the under 16.5 offensive players because he wasn't the guy I was counting on not going in the first round, but he's a guy that was at least like in the range of outcomes for me.
Yeah. I saw Jahan Dotson mocked at 23 to the Cardinals pretty frequently. I don't understand why you don't just do that instead of trading away your third round pick and your first for a guy who you're going to get 1 year before you have to pay up.
Yeah, and like Hollywood could definitely end up being better than Dotson, but I just can't believe someone trade a first round pick for Hollywood Brown.
No, I don't think anybody can. I guess we should pivot this to the more important conversation. What are your thoughts on him going to Arizona? Do you like it more or less than Baltimore? I know I gave mine.
I guess I like it more just because he's not with a better quarterback, but he's probably in a better, or at least, well, for sure, more high volume pass offense. Now, I will say, whereas with Mark Andrews, it turned into Mark Andrews was the clear one last year. Like if DeAndre Hopkins is right, like he's still like the clear one, and then big drop to 2 for Hollywood. But the Cardinals are also like begging for someone to step up in that number 2 role, and Christian Kirk could never do it. You know, it could be worse. The Cardinals could have paid Christian Kirk $20 million. So like trading a first for Hollywood is bad, but probably still not quite as bad as that, although the opportunity cost is higher.
Well, I'm jumping on the narrative train before other people do. Kyler had a bad offseason, clearly was not happy with the Cardinals, played with his boy Hollywood.
FaZe Clan.
In college.
FaZe Clan, stand up.
I was just going to say they played together in college. So, maybe this was a little bit to make Kyler happy and settle him down. Absolutely hate it from a real football standpoint. I would probably give him a little bump. Rashad Bateman is someone who I'm very interested in acquiring in later rounds of drafts now.
This is a big time bump for Rashad Bateman. I don't think you're going to be able to acquire him in the late rounds of any draft, though.
No, I'd say he's like a 6th or 5th round pick now.
At least. I think he's going to be a second-year hype guy because there was a lot of hype on him this last year. Then he had the hamstring thing, and it was like, well, okay, like you can't really pick this guy in your draft, and if you do, it's like last pick. He's out for a long time, or like at least a month. And then he kind of showed pretty well when he got the opportunity with a somewhat healthy Ravens, which was very infrequently. I think he's going to be – I'm kind of going the opposite way. I think he's going to be too overhyped for me to take him in any drafts. That's what I think. I think he should be like a 5th or 6th round pick. I think he's going to be an early 5th or a 4th round pick.
Well, then let's pivot to the other pass catcher. How high are you ranking Mark Andrews?
Bill Simmons quote tweeted the Ravens tweet about the trade, and as an additional part of the trade, the Ravens are also going to destroy everyone's nudes from the Arizona Cardinals front office that they currently have. How high am I ranking Andrews? I would say he's probably, I don't know. It's tough because we've still got the Debo thing looming right now. So if they trade Debo and they don't bring in like either a fairly highly drafted receiver or just another receiver in a trade who is like a starter, then George Kittle's all of a sudden the number one with a bullet in that offense too. So
R.I.P. Ayuk.
I think right now I would still go Kelsey, Kittle, Andrews. It's funny, all three of those guys are potentially looking at more volume than last season.
Lamar Jackson just retweeted a Ravens fan account that said, "What the effing F, bro? We traded away Hollywood." So Lamar is not happy.
Hasn't signed an extension yet.
He is not. Allegedly, it's because he wants to be a winner. But now I think Arizona might be looking at Lamar and wondering. So we've got a pretty long time without a pick after.
I didn't even think about this. Marquise Brown and Kyler Murray, Oklahoma teammates.
That's what I said earlier, but you interrupted with the FaZe Clan again.
I'm sorry. I just, as things are coming up, I'm sick because everything's moving so fast.
Yeah.
Chris Foster hasn't missed, by the way.
Lit.
He's 14 for 14.
Playoff record.
It is the NFL's night, Johnny, if you could stop.
I don't care, Dalton.
Steve Keim saw Burrow and Chase and really thought it just needs a Kyler Hollywood reunion.
Gotta appreciate Rally House giving me the KU National Championship commercials on this NFL draft.
It's pretty smart. The pick is already in for the Chargers, and they are taking the guard out of Tulsa, Zion Johnson.
Dalton. The Titans are trading AJ Brown to the Eagles.
No, they're not.
I swear to God.
No,
I swear to God.
Wow, Dalton's behind.
Oh my God, they're trading AJ Brown to the Eagles.
What is going on?
What is going on? We have two top-tier wide receivers just getting thrown around. The Eagles are all in on Jalen Hurts.
So are the Eagles trading any of the picks that they've just made, I wonder? Or is this all just future stuff?
Wow. Wait, did you guys ever say Lamar Jackson retweeting that one tweet?
Yeah, Dalton said that.
Well, here's the thing. It can't get worse than what you had in the Titans for AJ Brown, if we're being completely honest. And I mean, fantasy stock down.
Here we go.
Reactions
for the 18th pick and another third-round pick is the deal
for
AJ Brown.
The 18th pick and the third-round pick.
Yep, for AJ.
Why
Brown.
didn't Kansas City just trade the 29th and the 30th pick for him?
2 first-round picks? No. I will say that I think Jalen Hurts is a major reason why Devontae Smith struggled last year. I don't quite have those same concerns with AJ Brown because Devontae Smith is a route runner, technician, like got to have good timing, be precise. Like AJ Brown, you just throw that dude the ball and let him go to work. The down the field stuff is a little worrisome, but it's not like Tannehill was dropping dimes to him down the field too often either. Here and there, but not too often.
What's this do to Devontae Smith? Rookie or redraft and dynasty? Because I don't think it's good for him at all.
No, it's pretty bad for Devontae Smith if I'm being honest. Like, I don't know. If I'm just talking, it's hard to wrap my head around dynasty right now because I don't have like dynasty ranks. But if I'm just thinking about next year, I think Devontae Smith would have been like a top 24, top 28 receiver. I think he's like top 40 now. Like AJ Brown or AJ Brown, Devontae Smith or Chris Olave next year.
Probably. I mean,
I think Devontae Smith, but I think it's really close. I think that like gives you the neighborhood, like early 30s probably.
But like Devontae Smith's the third option behind Goddard, right? Can we agree on that? I mean, AJ Brown is top dog, obviously.
I think it's probably like a 2A, 2B situation with those two. Like I think I'll go back and forth every week and be pretty even as far as who's the second option.
Then if you're the Seattle right now, Okay, for everybody watching, I own AJ Brown. I'm a huge AJ Brown fan, and trying to understand this situation, I think it's better than Tannehill. I honestly do. I think I'll come down on that train, not by a lot, but I mean the Eagles have to be all in on Jalen Hurts, right? Like this draft indicates that.
Yeah, I guess so. Like you're not gonna suck. You're not gonna suck enough to get one of the top quarterbacks next year. That's for damn sure.
No, I mean especially in the NFC East and in the NFC as a whole.
I wonder if the Eagles do this trade if one of those receivers is there at 15. One of the top 3 receivers.
I don't think you do, but yeah.
Someone tweeted looking at the AJ Brown compensation, and the Chiefs absolutely railroaded the Dolphins. I'll take that.
I mean, AJ Brown's still on his rookie deal, so definitely. Man, the Chargers, I'm just gonna say the last like 5 picks have just been overshadowed by these trades. Who cares about Jahan Dotson?
So when's Debo getting traded? Debo has yet to be traded. I was promised a Debo trade to the Jets.
The Jaguars and Christian Kirk literally ruined football. Davis Maddock just tweeted that, and I agree so much. I was not prepared for this at all. Where do we go from here?
Well, okay, now just like from a football perspective, and it does impact fantasy. Where do the Titans go from here?
Run Derrick Henry to the ground.
Well, the Titans
like the smart move would be what can we trade Derrick Henry for? Like literally anything decent.
Oh my god! You know what I haven't thought about?
They just brought in Robert Woods, so like they clearly had not yet pivoted to a rebuild, but now it seems like they should be pivoting.
Rookie AJ Brown's available. They're going to take Treylon Burks.
They very well could. Although they don't have, or wait, yeah, they do. They have not traded their pick, and they have the Eagles pick now, I guess.
Yeah, they have the pick right now. So
who have the pick has been in for 10 hours over here. You know what? Woj and Shams are way better at leaking picks in the NBA draft. We'd be like on pick 21 if it's the NBA draft right now.
Well, we're forgetting Adam Schefter got in trouble like 3 years ago for leaking the picks.
Yeah, so did Woj. That's why Woj has to say things like the Portland Trailblazers are lasering in on Anthony Simons. That was a real tweet. Yeah, say things like that. You can't just come out and say who they're picking. Got to toe the company line.
I mean,
I bet Noah's feeling a lot worse about trading number 2 overall for Devonta Smith right now.
Yeah, who am I gonna draft? I've been a great draft for the second pick. Kenneth Walker better go somewhere good because
Brian says AJ Brown stock is going down.
Yeah, I see that. Incredibly
I think it's probably about the same.
I called it. Traylon, yeah, I'd say about the same. He's still a generational talent.
I don't know about generational talent, but
so the Titans traded a third and AJ Brown for Treylon Burks because they're drafting him here. I was right. I knew it. I knew they were going to do it. Apparently, they redraft Twitter too much.
The Titans take Burks now as Brown replacement. Someone's asking, but I've yet to actually see. Wait, who has 3? Do you have 3? You do have 3 Eagles players, Dalton. Miles Sanders and Hurts and AJ Brown.
But prior to that, I did have Devonta Smith and I had 3, so it's not a big deal. I mean, Treylon Burks to Nashville, I don't like at all.
Yeah, because it feels like they're going to need him to be the number 1 guy, and I just don't. I think he was a guy that was like most situation dependent of any of these guys in the top 20, not including Dotson, because I don't think of him as a top 20 pick, but just like pre-draft process. 4-year extension, $100 million for AJ Brown. $57 million guaranteed.
Oh, he's already there. Okay, cool.
Wow. So you don't have to worry about any holdout for AJ Brown, at least.
I mean, do you think this means the Eagles are trying to shift back to a pass-first offense like they had the first 6 weeks in the NFL?
I just think this probably means the Eagles believe that Hurts is good enough that they can stockpile their team now while he's cheap and try and make something happen. I don't necessarily know if this means that they
Debo to the Warriors.
I got distracted by someone saying, did the Cardinals try to get AJ Brown? Like, yeah, hello, Hollywood for the 23rd pick and change. AJ Brown for the 18th and a 3rd round pick. I think I know which deal I'd rather do.
I'm sorry, but AJ Brown only signed for $25 million a year.
That's a Tyreek Hill got too. That's about the same money, right?
4 years, $100 million. I don't remember the Tyreek deal, but I thought Tyreek was closer to 31. Because that's where Devontae Adams was, if I recall.
Well, but I think Tyreek was 4. Okay, it was 4/120. Yeah, 4/120.
Okay, 4/120. So what is that? 30?
That's 30.
Yeah.
But I wonder. AJ Brown's $57 million guaranteed. Tyreek Hill was like in the 80s, I think, or something like that. Tyreek's 4th year basically is non-guaranteed though, so it's basically 3 years, 90 for Tyreek. If I
So
right.
with 6 wide receivers off the board and 5, I don't know, 3 wide receivers traded, 2 wide receivers traded. How do you feel being the 2 teams in the back half of the draft who still need a wide receiver? That being Green Bay, who really needs one, and Kansas City, who I would like to have one.
I feel better if I'm the Chiefs than the Packers because I think the Chiefs can act. Again, it really depends on how they think the next part of the draft is going to go, and they know a lot more about that than we do. But if they think they're going to be able to find a receiver they like at pick 50, then I think that they can definitely double up on defense and get real value at defense, and then maybe a receiver and then defense again the 2nd round. I think the Packers are in probably a more desperate situation at receiver, but I mean, we've seen the Packers are more than willing to forego receiver for other things. So I would not be surprised. And this would be another just big blow to the rookie draft if the Chiefs and Packers both forego receivers in the 1st round, which we mentioned as a possibility the other night. We just didn't have Burks and Jahan Dotson going top 20.
You think Saints go QB here?
Oh, man. I mean, if they're going to do it,
It's the Saints. They're going to take Trevor Penning and try to
I think
replace
Malik Willis probably goes to the Steelers if they don't, right? Like, I think this has got to be the pick. They take Malik Willis if they want him.
Is Treylon Burks the rookie wide receiver 1 right now?
I refuse.
Is he I'm just asking questions. There is nobody else getting targeted.
I need someone smarter than me to break down the scheme fit, number 1. Number 2, I hate that there's nobody else argument. There is Robert Woods. There is somebody else.
He's
and number 3, who's his quarterback? Is it still going to be Ryan Tannehill?
Well, I don't know. I do know the smarter people at Establish the Run put money on the Titans drafting Kenny Pickett, and then him.
And the Titans still have their next pick, right?
They still have a pick later in this draft, I think.
Well, I mean, just like their next pick in the 1st round.
Scroll down, it'll show. Yes, 26, which that feels good for Kenny Pickett.
They could go quarterback at 26. Well, Peter Schrager listed them as one of the 4 teams that was murmurs of quarterback this morning.
The Packers and the Chiefs, though, have to be feeling really good about what they got for their wide receivers this offseason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, there's one Adams, there's one Hill, but like AJ Brown, very good. Hollywood, okay, the Hollywood deal's actually.
Yeah, the Ravens have to be feeling great about what they got about. The Ravens already felt great, and then they see AJ Brown go for what he did and was like, okay, yeah, we just absolutely just fleeced.
The Ravens got fleeced by the Eagles because the Eagles jumped them for their guy. So they had to fleece the Cardinals. And then, not to be outshined, Howie Roseman had to fleece them once again by getting a better wide receiver for cheap. Oh, man. I mean, how high are you on Derrick Henry at this point? Because
I don't know. I'm still worried. He's coming off of pretty severe, pretty substantial injury last season. I'm a little worried about Derrick Henry this year. He was like an honorary top 12 because I just can't not rank him in the top 12 at this point. But I don't think I'm going to be bumping him up to like number 1 overall, like number 1 or 2 overall at running back.
There are now big connections made to Jalen Hurts making the Josh Allen jump and getting an elite receiver to do that jump. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, the Eagles front office apparently did not lie to us when they said they believed in Jalen Hurts. That much is a fact. And he is likely going to be a long-term fantasy asset on my team now because I can't wait. I don't know, still processing the AJ Brown trade, but if I was a team that wanted a wide receiver in the first round of this draft in the second half, I would be very upset.
We'll see. I think the point where, because neither of us are Burks guys, and neither of us were Dotson guys. So like none of the guys in the 20s that we were hopeful the Chiefs like could realistically get have gone yet. So it'll be more like if Pickens,
out of the remaining guys,
if Pickens and Watson and some of those guys go before the Chiefs, then it's like, okay, we're really, and like even Sky Moore, like we're really getting to at some point, someone else has got to pick a different position, I think. And if not, the Chiefs are going to take a defensive end and cornerback and be happy with that, I guess.
I don't know who the Saints drafted yet, but it does appear they didn't draft a quarterback because the Steelers reporters are saying that the Steelers will get their pick of quarterback if they want.
Trevor Penning at 19 for the Saints.
I called it. There's just they do this every year. God, Mickey Loomis is horrible, absolutely horrible GM.
I mean, I'm not going to fault the team for passing on quarterback this year. I'll say that.
Yeah, but the trade they made earlier.
But just simply talking about taking a quarterback this year, I'm not faulting anybody who decides, we'll wait till next year.
So last year the Steelers made it pretty clear they wanted Najee Harris and they took him. I feel like it's been pretty clear that the Steelers organization likes Malik Willis here, unless it's a lot of smoke. If they take Malik Willis, this probably is the best landing spot you could think for him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
I will say
bump him up
with one caveat. They do not make him day one starter. I don't think he's ready to be a day one starter. I could be totally wrong. Maybe he goes and wows and wins the job. And if he does, then great. But I think you've got to at least let him sit to start the season.
Okay, now let's do the flip side. How disappointed will you be if they take Kenny Pickett?
Pretty disappointed. I don't think Kenny Pickett's even like a top 3 quarterback in this class, let alone a top 20 overall pick in the NFL draft.
No, I would agree.
Although I will say I'd Kenny Pickett to the Steelers and Malik Willis to the Falcons. So from that standpoint, I'd be a little excited. I'd be really eyeing the Falcons.
So let's talk Chiefs for a second. By the way, Jameis is plus 8,000 to win MVP.
Hey, speaking of which, you owe me $50 for Jameis not winning MVP. Thanks for.
I thought you gave me an extra year because of the injury.
Okay, all right. I'll give you an extra year. But it's got to go up to like at least like
75.
Well, okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I don't think it'll matter. Dalton's not going to pay out.
That's how you negotiate, Dalton. Thanks. Just up my offer right up front. 75.
I mean, he can just say 100, and then if he still loses, he won't pay you. So there's that too.
Kenny Pickett is a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Come on, Falcons. Malik Willis. Oh, man. Kenny Pickett, his hands are slightly smaller than mine if my phone app measures correctly.
His hands are half an inch bigger than mine, so I don't want to talk about it.
Johnny, I bet your hands are like a full inch and a half at least bigger.
Oh, I guess I didn't. I'll do it right now. What was his 8.5 inches?
8.5. And if you like kind of like hold it and do like tip.
Like thumb to pinky?
Yeah, it's kind of hard. I have one where it measured like 6.5. I was like, okay, I definitely didn't get like the full. And another one measured like
Okay.
10.5.
I'm not doing this right.
I
I
mean,
mean, if we're
Kenny
talking
Pickett's
about,
upside is Mitch Trubisky. So I don't know what the Steelers are doing.
if we're talking Chiefs, trade up for Johnson right now. Patriots at 21. Patriots always a prime trade back candidate.
Who would you prefer here, Jermaine Johnson?
If I'm the Chiefs,
Yeah. Who would you prefer the Chiefs take here if they traded up?
Yeah, Johnson. I've preferred they trade up for Johnson for like basically ever since Jamison Williams went off the board. I didn't want them to trade clear up to 13, but if they traded up, that would have been the guy clear from 13.
Well, seeing what we've seen trade up, we wouldn't even have to trade a second. We could keep all of our seconds.
Yeah, they would not have. It would be a first and like a late one of their thirds.
Good question. I saw. Are the Titans rebuilding? I don't understand the AJ Brown trade. I don't either. From the Titans' perspective.
Yeah, I agree. It seems like he probably did the Tyreek Hill thing where he's like, pay me or I'm not playing this year. And they're like, well, we don't want to pay you. Guess we'll trade you.
Yeah. I mean, a lot worse places could have ended up. That's for sure. Okay. Malik Willis to the Packers. Who says no?
Jordan Love says no.
Jordan Love's dead. If the Packers trade,
I don't know, that guy from One American News Network seems to think that the Falcons wanted Jordan Love.
He did. That I sure got on that tweet. I mean, didn't you have a bunch of Malik Willis first QB taken props or one?
Yeah, I have one of them. That's the window.
Pain.
But like I said, if he goes to the Falcons, that way more than makes up. When's the Falcons' next pick? I know, obviously not the first.
Let's see.
I can't get the whole draft board here.
I can go look for you
because I got that at plus 2,300. So would not have expected it to be pick. Who had Pickett
43?
43. I mean, they could, like, if you're the Chiefs and you don't like any of the receivers that are at 30, you get a D end or corner at 29. Be like, hey, Falcons, come get your man at 30. We'll take 43. We'll take some other stuff. That's like in the sweet spot of where a lot of people, including Veach, he literally said as much, like this draft.
Yeah, that is true. And a lot of people have said that, I mean, what was it, 16 to 18 players with first round grades, and then it really evens out for a while, I think.
Well, that was what Veach said, yeah.
Yeah. The Eagles turned Carson Wentz into an extra first round pick that turned into another first round pick that then turned into AJ Brown. Not
pretty
bad.
Good. Although Carson Wentz does have more MVP votes than AJ Brown.
That is a fact. The only team with more
PFT is the only reason why that was even like a point that was in my head.
The only team that had more potential for a rookie wide receiver this season was the Packers than the Titans after the AJ Brown trade. So Traylon Burks 102. I don't know.
Well, you're the one that's gonna have to make that call. I personally would not do that. But
I think offline we should discuss trades. Hear this one out. AJ Brown had 970 passing yard or receiving yards on intermediate passes the last 2 seasons, second most in the NFL. Jalen Hurts had an 85 PFF grade on intermediate routes, 10th best in the NFL. So positives.
Wow, 10th best in the NFL. That's barely above average.
That's above Tannehill. I don't know what Tannehill is, but it's above Tannehill. But man, the AFC North quarterbacks, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett. This draft is all it was hyped up to be, I think. Probably the wildest offseason in NFL history, right? We had the Deshaun Watson trade like a month ago.
Yeah, I mean, Deshaun Watson, Tyreek Hill, the trades tonight. Who else has been traded this offseason? It feels like I'm missing.
I mean, we're definitely missing players. I just can't name them right now. It's so much to keep up with.
Odell Beckham, Julio Jones, Tyrann Mathieu. None of those three are with the team right now.
Yeah, Devontae Adams was traded.
Oh, Devontae Adams. Duh, he was the one that started the receiver trades.
Russell Wilson was traded.
Yeah, Russell. Geez, I just couldn't think of anything there for a second.
Somehow the Jaguars. I was going to say somehow the Jaguars were simultaneously the most active in free agency and the worst in free agency.
Jaguars make the first free agency pick. People don't like it. Jaguars get the first pick in the draft. The Lions literally sprint to the podium with the second overall pick. I have never seen a pick come in quicker after another pick in my life. The Patriots are trading back. Who's it to? Who's it to?
Oh.
Keep refreshing. Tweet deck. Come on, Chiefs. You got to go get Jermaine Johnson right here. You shouldn't be allowed to say trading back without saying who, Shefty, or Rappaport.
Rappaport, you dirty man. Oh man, this is gonna be stressful.
This is giving me such anxiety. I can't talk. Part of my take tweeted, first look at Kenny Pickett and a Steeler, and they just like have him wearing like yellow pants and white tops with Pitt and just like color then the helmet.
Chiefs Twitter is in an uproar right now.
Bro, when are we getting this trade here? When are we getting who it is? Every other trade, I swear, it was like the Eagles
right
trade
then
up.
and there. Yeah,
It was like we knew the trade and we knew who was trading up.
Every Chiefs account I follow is doing the eyes emoji around the Chiefs or around the Patriots trade that Ian Rappaport tweeted.
You know, I did call the Patriots trading back. Don't exactly feel smart for that one, though. I think anyone who's 5 years or older could have probably called that one.
Bill Self.
The Chiefs. It's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs.
Oh, who do you want here? You want Jermaine Johnson?
It's gotta be Johnson.
Man.
It's gotta be Johnson. If they trade up and take a receiver, I'll be in pain.
Well, it is trading in front of
who would they take at wide receiver?
George Pickens.
Yeah, probably Pickens.
And they are trading in front of the Packers.
Yeah, that's true.
That was smart.
So it could be receiver.
Ah!
I wonder what we traded.
I hope we only traded like a fourth. A lot of Chiefs Twitter saying it's got to be Jermaine Johnson.
Part of my take has a kennyshands.com website.
That's where I saw the measurement. It's the
I just saw it
screenshot
again
of the
right now.
measurement.
We traded 29, 94, 121.
121, yeah.
So a third and a fourth.
Yeah. And I think that's the compensatory third.
Yeah. We still keep the one we got in the Falcons. Yeah, we're in the Miami trade, you're right. Can we? Well, the pick is in allegedly.
Pete Sweeney says he's thinking they're taking receiver if they went ahead of the Packers. So you might
That's
be
what
on
it
that.
feels
You
like.
might be
I
on
think
that
it
one.
is. I don't. I think I would prefer D end, but I think we're going
Wide receiver.
and I think it's George Pickens.
Ooh, boy.
Now I do hope if we take receiver here, I hope we trade back from 30 and take Ojabo in the second. If we're just giving Chiefs talk, fantasy football is dead right now, people. There's no way I can process the amount of information.
If George Pickens goes here, I think we have a guy who's going to be a popular number 2 overall pick, unless Kenneth Walker goes to a really good spot.
I mean, it would be between Pickens and Burks at that point, wouldn't it?
Until you should take in McDuffie, the cornerback. I like that too.
Oh, I like that. I like
this
that.
This is easily the biggest investment in cornerback.
It's like Washington, right?
Yep, the Washington.
Yes.
This is the one the Athletic has 11 overall.
Since Marcus Peters, this is the biggest investment we've made.
Yeah, but so in the Veach era, this is the biggest investment.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Where do we trade to the past? 29?
29, 94, and like 124.
But we still have 32. Okay.
Yeah, they still have 30.
I want to point out the Eagles got both a trade up in the draft and AJ Brown and still have 2 picks next year in the first round. That is an unfair. Howie Roseman is a god.
He's pretty good. He just needs a quarterback.
First QB is gone, so the Chiefs are obviously moving up for the second QB.
I like it. I wanted Johnson.
I
I wanted Johnson, but I totally didn't expect them to go cornerback. I was just hoping maybe they would at the end of the first, but even that would have been a way bigger investment from. I mean, they've Charvarius Ward, the guy who they lost, who is arguably the best cornerback last year, was like they traded him for a guy they were going to cut before the season, like 3 years ago, and Snead like a mid-round pick, and Fenton a late-round pick. This is easily the biggest investment. I'm shocked.
Well, PFF has him as their 11th overall prospect too. So the Athletic and PFF both think very good player.
Well, I'm gonna go look at the full scouting report and just read the bold part and see if Dan Bugler says Pro Bowl in this blurb.
Let's see. He's 5'11", bigger than his size. He only allowed 16 catches on 36 targets and 111 yards with no scores and 5 pass breakups last year.
He's the third corner taken in the first, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I need 2 more.
Fourth pick.
And best zone corner in the class, according to PFF.
God, this guide from the Athletic is so big. I don't know. Okay, Kyron Johnson. So I'm on DN. Well, Kyron Johnson, 20th edge guy on the Athletic.
Oh, wow. Kenny Pickett is the second latest quarterback ever taken. Can you guess who the first was?
I mean, it's got to be like someone at was it like EJ Manuel?
No, he was 18. It's
Was he the
Jim Drunken Miller?
What?
1997 by the 49ers. His last name is Druken Miller, maybe.
I'm just gonna have to Command F McDuffie. I can't find him in this freaking document.
So now we're at the Packers pick. Can we put the big board back up?
I didn't realize it took it down. Oh, it literally, I didn't take it down, but it just timed out. I think the big board broke when the Chiefs made the trade.
I see it on my screen. I can share mine if we want, but mine's on.
No, I've got it back.
We have. I mean, this would be the next best spot for a wide receiver to land, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who do you prefer here? Sky Moore, George Pickens?
If I were the Packers, I would take Christian Watson.
If they take Christian Watson,
if they take a receiver, I honestly would not take a receiver if I were them. Because they have another pick at 28, so they could see. I don't think both Watson and Pickens would go before.
Are you a little surprised we jumped in front of them for a corner, though? Do you think the Ravens might have wanted one?
I mean, we clearly jumped somebody for him.
Yeah.
Maybe the Ravens. I don't know.
Ravens, Dallas could have used a second corner. The Bills are definitely a team that they lost Levi Wallace. That could be one.
Yeah, I think the Bills are probably going to go corner if they don't go with the luxury pick that works none of the time. Yeah. Here you go, Dalton. The Athletic actually has McDuffie as the number 2 overall cornerback in this draft, ahead of Stingley. Yep.
Wow.
All right, I finally got to his section. I'll read the bold part. Overall, McDuffie might not hit ideal size thresholds for some, but he is an easy sell in draft rooms because he has outstanding athleticism, intelligence, and is well schooled in various techniques. He has a high ceiling and a high floor and should start as a rookie. So immediate starter at cornerback, high floor like that. Also like high ceiling even more.
Love that. Really love what the Packers are doing because they're taking a linebacker, Quay Walker out of Georgia. So,
Johnny, you'll appreciate this. Streaker, the Suns fan, tweeted Kim Kardashian's tweet from 2019 that says he's here and he's perfect. And he said me when Chris Paul walks into the locker room.
Oh my God.
Oh. So the Packers drafted a defensive player. Aaron Rodgers' contract talks stalling again, maybe. Who knows? Maybe he wants a bigger contract.
Seems like Chiefs fans aren't thrilled with this pick. At least early.
That's what I've seen.
You know,
it's kind of like 50-50, I'd say.
I'm just saying if Brett Veach said they had 18 guys with first-round grades and he got a first-round grade at 21, because clearly you don't trade up for a guy you don't have as a first-round grade, I'm okay with it.
I mean, clearly there's something about Jermaine Johnson that is scaring off teams.
Well, I don't know what it is other than age, and I don't know. The Bills just traded up with the Ravens, so they're at pick 23. Why is everybody trading?
I don't know. Since we've gone so long between picks here, we've just got an all sports podcast at this point tonight. This is a wild story, the first of its kind. Isaiah Wong, if you remember, player for Miami, will enter the transfer portal tomorrow if his NIL compensation isn't increased. His agent tells ESPN Isaiah would like his NIL to reflect he was a leader of an Elite Eight team.
They saw how much they paid Nigel Pack.
Exactly. Exactly. 23 and 130 for the Bills to jump to 25 or jump to 23.
So
no, 25 and 1.
Warren Sharp says that our pick indicates we're still in win now mode, which we're never not in, but that is an interesting statement to say the least.
Wow, yeah, thank you for letting us know about that.
Well, no, because a lot of people thought that I know you don't follow the Kansas City Chiefs like other people, but a lot of people thought this was going to be a year we kind of punted.
I actually still kind of think so.
Do you guys think the Bills take a QB here?
Kent Swatson said that Trent McDuffie was their 16th player in their draft guide. So all the smart draft people like the pick. The fans don't. So
usually means it's a good pick. I remember when fans didn't like us trading all the way up for Mahomes and benching him for a year. So we can be wrong sometimes.
What were you asking Dalton before I rattled off what he was ranked?
You think the Bills will take a QB?
Take a QB. Packers just trading back to get more compensation before they take Malik Willis. Or sorry, the Ravens. It wasn't even the Packers. Messed up that joke. Jamie Eisenberg said Aaron Jones is going to get 200 targets. Probably not quite true, but he probably is going to have to play in the slot.
McDuffie?
No, Aaron Jones on offense.
Oh, yeah, no. If you have Aaron Jones right now, you got to be really happy that they haven't taken anybody.
Wow, Heath Cummings says, and I think he's being completely serious, Jalen Hurts might be QB1. I'm going to go ahead and put the brakes on that. No way.
No, but he's definitely a top 7 QB, I would say.
Yeah, but like where? So that's not really that big of a move. Wasn't he probably already like a top 8 or 9 quarterback? Like 10 for sure.
Yeah, that's actually, you're right. I just realized this with the Buffalo move up. They are not drafting Breece Hall in the first round, which is kind of a bummer for fantasy.
It means Breece Hall to the Washington football team in the second round feels very much alive, and to really just throw the ultimate wrench into rookie drafts. Oh man,
9 SEC players have been taken so far.
Is that including Quay Walker, who just went?
Yeah.
What was the number? 10.5?
10.5.
Oh gosh.
Another prop I saw was I think it's over 4.5 Georgia players.
So for SEC, Pickens is a guy that could still go first round. And then who else?
Sky Moore and Christian Watson, I would say.
Well, we're talking SEC players, not receivers.
Oh, SEC players.
We're talking degenerate gambling stuff.
Kerry Elam, the cornerback from Florida, is a guy.
Yep. He still hasn't gone.
Roger McQuarrie.
Nakobe Dean hasn't gone either.
Yeah, Nakobe Dean. That's the other Georgia linebacker, right?
Right. Yeah. Has Devontae Wyatt gone?
He has not. That's another player.
So that's another Georgia guy. So what was the number, Johnny? 4.5 Georgia guys?
4.5 Georgia players, yeah.
And they've only had 1 go so far. Now 2 with Quay.
2 with Quay, yeah.
Man, so they've had 3.
No, Jordan Davis.
Trayvon Walker, Jordan Davis, Quay.
Yeah, I forgot about Jordan Davis. So they're at 3. Yeah, I think they're probably going to get 2 more.
Yeah, Devontae Wyatt, Nakobe Dean.
Nakobe Dean, I could see maybe dropping out, but
Yeah, and then SEC players, I feel like you're okay too. I mean, Lewis Sign is another player who could go.
Yeah, for Georgia.
Yeah. I am very interested to see what the Bills moved up for.
Yeah, they're taking Elam from Florida. They jumped in front of the Cowboys to do it, is what someone's saying.
A lot of jumping this.
So that would appear to be who the Chiefs jumped in front of, the Bills and the Cowboys, to take their cornerback.
Yep, because it looks like, wow. So now we got to run on cornerback. I really need one more receiver to go.
I mean,
Titans 26.
What pick are we at? How can we get Johnson to 30?
We could.
We're not that far off. We're at 24. The Cowboys actually could take him, and it would make total sense, though.
It would. Or it would make more sense. Oh, man, Jerry has to be upset that
Treylon Burks is not on the board. Is no one's taken Zion, the guard, right? He's still on the board.
Yeah. No, Zion right there. You passed him, go down. He's right there at 17.
Oh, yep, 17. I completely. I think that was during the AJ Brown, so I completely just didn't even remember who the Chargers took.
Matt Miller says he's working to find out why Jermaine Johnson's falling, but I'm assuming he had a bad medical or something, right?
Maybe.
I can't imagine why he's falling this far. The Packers are announcing details of a major stadium event Monday, May 2nd, and everybody is saying open additions for wide receiver.
Jahan Dotson was apparently on the phone watching the Suns, or he was watching the Suns Pelicans game while he was on the phone with Ron Rivera, getting told that he was going to be the pick. That's hilarious.
That is funny, actually. Daniel Jeremiah had McDuffie at 14, by the way, in his rankings. So the McDuffie pick feels like we got a bit of a steal.
So pretty much the lowest I've seen him so far is 16.
Yeah. Odds Treads trade back into the first for Jermaine Johnson. Oh. I feel like this Buffalo Bills pick is taking forever.
Yeah. Even though we already know the pick on Twitter, at least.
I know, but I would prefer if they would just announce it. Cowboys go edge. Do the Ravens trade back again? I think the Ravens are very upset with the way their draft's going. The fact that they've traded back twice now.
Yeah.
So the next fantasy football relevant player to go would probably be to the Titans or...
I mean, I think we're either going to see a quarterback to the Titans or we're going to see a receiver, at least one receiver going before this first round is up. If we're just talking Chiefs, Packers, let's say one of those two picks a receiver. We don't know who. If you're talking from a rookie draft perspective, which guy would you be most excited about if he went to one of those two teams?
Between the Packers and the Chiefs?
Yeah, which guy that's left?
Well, it depends which guy it is. Because...
So which guy would you be most excited about?
I think...
It's literally what he's asking.
Christian Watson to the Packers is probably my most exciting one that I can think of. And then it would be Sky Moore to the Packers. And then it would be...
So you're saying you'd
George
be more excited,
Pickens to the Chiefs.
You'd be more excited by two receivers going to the Packers than the Chiefs? Really?
I do not want to deal with the consequences of trying to figure out what a late round, first round wide receiver means to Kansas City.
Okay. You're thinking from a I have pick two perspective.
Absolutely.
You need to think from an unbiased perspective. I don't have a draft pick that's going to get a guy the Chiefs take if they take someone in the first round. I think Christian Watson is the guy who you're most excited about in rookie drafts if he goes to the Chiefs. I think that's number one because I think he has every single athletic tool possible. And then you're trusting the best quarterback and the best coach in the NFL to get the best out of that guy. Probably won't be year one. he might not be a straight plug and play year one, which would probably keep him from going like top 2, 3, 4 in rookie drafts. But you could look up and he's like a top 3 or 4 receiver in this class in 3 years, I think, if he goes to the Chiefs and the Packers too. But the Chiefs, you have a longer runway with Mahomes than with Rodgers.
You do, and you get more time to develop because they don't need to plug and play you immediately.
Taylor Lewan tweet, how we feel, Titans fans. He's probably getting flamed in his stuff and his mentions.
I can't believe people really mocked Brees Hall to the Bills in the first round. Just gonna
Here we go. Trent McDuffie was drafted with pick 21. He scored a 9.48 RAS out of 10. This ranked 106 out of 2001 cornerbacks from 87 to 2022. Pretty good.
Yeah, looking at that too. Everything's good, but his height, 5'11", short kings.
Yep.
The Eagles' odds for the Super Bowl pre-trade was plus 4,500. Now it is plus 3,500.
I don't think that would move the needle for me, but I guess.
I mean, if you believe in Jalen Hurts.
True. NFC East winner, not that big of a jump. It's plus 300 before. Now it's plus 275.
I would like a long shot on the Eagles to beat the Cowboys for it because the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'd say I think the Eagles are NFC East favorites this year.
Let's check FanDuel.
Man,
probably not on FanDuel because it's kind of like the Lakers syndrome with the Cowboys. You just give the Cowboys the top odds when it's anywhere close because you know their fans are gonna go make the bet.
Yeah, that's fair.
But me personally, I would pick the Eagles.
Yep. Cowboys is plus 105.
Or the Eagles.
Plus 275.
Yeah, I'd bet the Eagles all day there.
You can bet the Eagles take first plus 350 right now on DraftKings.
First in the division?
Yep.
Oh. Oh, they just now it's plus 240.
If you want to get wild, just throw some money around. You can pick the Buccaneers to finish fourth in the South for plus 3,500.
I've got to share a new, and like I said, we're going all sports here. I've got to share a new thing on the stream. So, John, did you see the shirts that some Pelicans fans had tonight that a Suns assistant coach went and stole and gave to a player?
No, I did not see that.
Jay Crowder is wearing said shirt.
Oh my gosh.
The tweet, apparently his quote is, "What's so funny?"
Wow.
This is just like one of the best sports nights of the year. Multiple NBA playoff games, the NFL draft. We've got Isaiah Wong holding out for more money from college basketball.
It is going to take so much time to process this draft. And we still have all of day 2. I wish day 2 and day 1 were the same day and the NFL would actually just put the picks in when they come in.
You know, if day 2 and day 1 were the same day, it would just be day 1.
You know what I mean. I'm over here adjusting my ranks in real time, trying to figure this out, okay?
You're adjusting your ranks in real time? You have ranks right now?
In my head.
I never realized I shared my Twitter. I meant to share just the whole screen. Hold up. There we go.
The Cowboys are taking an awfully long time with this pick.
I mean, the Cowboys clearly probably were going to take one of the 2 cornerbacks that just got swiped.
Tyler Smith. Oh, so they're replacing their tackle situation.
Yep, that makes sense.
That is a smart move for Jerry Jones. I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't take Sky Moore or somebody just to screw a CeeDee Lamb in the slot.
Wow, I have no idea who I bet on because I'm checking my FanDuel and I have an extra $155 in it and it doesn't tell me what the bet was.
Did you bet Suns at some point? I mean, that's something that just ended.
I don't know. It said, oh, I see it. Never mind. I remember now.
What was your bet?
It's okay.
Well,
It's
now I
okay
want to
to
know.
not
Now
disclose that.
now I'm invested. I mean, you won it. It's like I
I
would
win
think
it.
you
I
want to
did win
disclose
it. I think I bet on Scotty Scheffler to win the Masters. I also bet on 8 people to win the Masters and just put $5 on each one.
it.
You can do a live bet of who the position of the 27th overall pick is going to be.
To the Buccaneers, I'd say safety.
Safeties plus 500.
What would you say, Evan, since we're just doing this?
Defensive line is the favorite at minus 125.
I wonder if they're thinking they're going to take Devontae Wyatt.
That would make sense.
Safety's now up to plus 650.
What's cornerback?
Plus 340.
I would say, like, I personally, I think they're going to go D tackle, but if I'm looking for value here and to not go so deep as safety, I would say corner because I think Andrew Booth might be their guy.
Kicker, punter, long snapper plus 3,400. I feel like it should be plus 30, like 10,000.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm feeling heavy safety here. Daxton Hill, maybe.
Well, that's plus 500, right?
Plus 650 now.
Plus 650. Wow.
What is going on? What do they know that I don't?
I don't know.
Probably
jumped from
the
plus
pick.
500.
By the way, the Cowboys' 2 offensive tackles are Tyron Smith and Tyler Smith now, so announcers across the world can have fun with that.
Let's see.
Tim tweeted a very fat-faced picture of himself after the Cowboys pick.
I put money on cornerback and safety. Just, you never know.
I think the Packers are going through it. David Bakhtiari tweeted, "Love it. Defense wins championships." I have a feeling that is him definitely sliding the Packers front office.
Oh no, it was now I can see my bets. It was KU winning the national championship. It was plus 1,400. I put $10 on it.
You haven't checked your FanDuel for a long time. Proud of you.
No, because it has an option to you can look at bets before you log in, see your balance. And I feel like if I see the balance and I have a restraint issue.
You should have bet. I don't know if they're gonna win, but I advised somebody else Mavs -1 tonight, so we'll see if that comes through.
Ooh, Mavs are live plus 1.5.
I mean, I'd go for it.
Ooh, money lines plus 1. Okay, let's throw some nuggets at it.
Mike Leone's initial fantasy ranking for Kenny Pickett is QB 29.
I mean, is he even going to be the starter this year?
Oh, he's definitely not started this year. It's Mitch.
I mean, I don't know if Mitch just gets the whole year, but I don't think I don't think Kenny Pickett is coming in and starting right away either.
These picks have really slowed down after the speed of the mid round.
So slow.
I know.
Oh yeah, 24.
We're at 25 on the Ravens.
Jeez. Take me to the Buccaneers. That's all I care about now. All right, 28. Ooh, Packers wide receiver minus 105.
I need that because that would hit my 6.5 receivers.
Big news to break on the podcast. My parents are offering on a house tonight.
Oh, let's go.
In Topeka?
Yep.
Nice.
They're apparently the only ones who have offered to this point.
In this market.
Ooh,
That's
how long
insane.
has it been on the market?
6 days. It actually just had a price drop.
Panic button.
Pretty nice house. I'll send it off stream.
Packers are taking wide receiver, right? That kind of seems like a ideal thing they should do.
I think if they do, I think it's gonna be Watson. That's what I think.
It doesn't matter who it is. I'm putting money on. Oh, damn it. It dropped from 105 to minus 125.
I mean, that's very minimal movement.
Yeah, but let's put some money on it. What? Why I placed a bet? It went from 125 to 180.
Well, that's so it got you locked in at 125.
Wait, what the fuck did I just bet?
Whoa, you're gonna have to go and beat that out.
God.
There's no way we're beeping that out on here. We're not doing a podcast, so
True.
they'll have to actually beep it out. But now YouTube's gonna see this because they definitely have their eye on this channel and mark us as explicit.
Wide receiver minus 250 is what my bet was locked in at.
I can't wait for the Packers to break your heart and take like the Michigan Kidders out for the year.
Ojabo. Another person has Jalen Hurts as QB1. Nathan Janke at PFF.
Okay, so let's rank quarterbacks right now. We have literally nothing else to do while we wait for the Ravens to draft a defensive tackle, the other Georgia defensive tackle. I'm sure. We've got Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, 1A, 1B, rank in whatever order you want. I think I'd go Allen 1, Mahomes 2 right now. Real close.
Ravens pick Tyler Lindenbaum.
So close, not even to tackle, but center.
They play in the middle of the field. You're right.
Yep. Devin Booker's also wearing an FJ Crowder shirt. That's hilarious. Who's 3? Is it Herbert 3 already? Do we think?
No, Lamar Jackson's 3.
He just lost a receiver.
I'm betting on his. Oh, yeah, because his passing was what I was betting on with him.
No, but I think it hurts a little bit. But yeah, I would still. Okay, so Allen 1, Mahomes 2, Lamar 3.
Kyler's got another weapon.
I think Herbert 4.
Kyler 5 or Hurts 5?
Kyler
Wilson
5.
Hurts 6. Wilson 6. Deshaun Watson, probably not ranked because of situation.
Apparently, this Cardinals-Ravens trade had been agreed upon and kept quiet for quite some time.
What trade?
The Cardinals and Ravens trade for Hollywood. Apparently, the Cardinals owner picked up Hollywood this afternoon, flew him to Vegas, brought them to Arizona in time for him to come onto the stage at the draft party. So it's been in the works at least all day.
Wow.
So I'm assuming this was similar for the Chiefs, but Brandon Beane said he moved up because the Bills were down to one player with a first-round grade.
Someone said the Ravens are trying to keep up with the Creed is good to stay close to the Chiefs.
Wait, did you read this about the ball about the owner of the Cardinals picking up Hollywood Brown?
That's what I was just reading, yeah.
Oh, my God. Man, the Ravens kind of got out with
the Jets just trade back into the first round. What are the Jets doing?
Jermaine Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson, the guy that people thought could maybe go to them at 4. Literally, you and I both bet on him to go 4 at very long odds, but still.
Wait, what pick did the Jets trade to?
26.
26.
Sounds like the Titans are in rebuild mode.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, wait, that wasn't the Bucks pick, was it? It wasn't. So
no,
we still have the
Titans.
Bucks bet to look forward to.
Yeah.
Oh my God, someone's like, is this going to be Malik Willis? Could you imagine?
Rest in peace, Zach Wilson.
Oh, that would be actually great.
Man, the Ravens getting 2 first-round picks and then being Tyler Lindenbaum, the best center in the class, and Hamilton, the best safety in the class, is such a Ravens thing. What do you think will come out about Jermaine Johnson, Evan? Because there is something wrong with him.
Well, I'm not going to speculate what could possibly come out. I will make a very harmless joke and say maybe someone watched Last Chance U. I don't know.
It's a stretch.
Wait, why is Brett Coleman tweeting about Bo Melton?
I had to look up Bo Melton to make sure it was that Bo Melton. It is. It's the wide receiver for Rutgers. We've reached the point in the draft where some running back's fantasy value will get destroyed, was just tweeted. So I hope the Jets did not just draft Breece Hall here.
Oh, that'd be pain for me.
So the Titans got picked.
Why would they have to trade up into the second to take Breeze? or into the first, sorry, to take Brees and to not just take him in the second.
Well, they clearly had to get in front of the Tampa Bay Bucks, who Brees Hall, because Leonard Fournette will never die. Please, God, do not let the Bucks draft running back. I just put that into the ether.
I like this quote from Lewis Riddick on Linderbaum, and I think this applies to a lot of guys in a lot of different years. He had short arms the entire time he dominated. Very true. People need to remember things like that. That, you know what? This guy was still a beast.
The Jets?
Lamar tweeted WTF again 2 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
I
He's
know.
not happy with this
He's
night.
very, very not happy. The Ravens are now in the market for a wide receiver. Will Fuller. The Jets picked Jermaine Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson, yeah.
Dang. Well, if I would have made a Jermaine Johnson to the Jets pick, thinking it was going to be 4 or 10, I would have really backed ass backwards into that 26. Too bad.
I wonder what's wrong with this slide doesn't make any sense. Second of all, the fact that only this is the fourth edge that's gone.
26 and 101 to the Titans. 35, 69, and 163. I think that effectively takes the Jets, without trading again, I think that takes the Jets out of the Kenneth Walker, Brees Hall conversations, unless they have another second round pick that I just don't remember. I'll let you look that up.
I think that the only reason I consider them taking Brees Hall or Kenneth Walker was they had a luxury with multiple second round picks, and now they don't, regardless. Michael Carter is now safe. Okay, so I say safety here.
You say what?
Safety. I would say Daxton Hill because he could play slot too if I had to pick somebody.
I'm still going with and the Jets still have not taken an offensive lineman.
Good for Becton. Bad for
the Purdue kid, Karlaftis, however you say his name, still very much on the board.
I like him for the Chiefs.
The Chiefs might be picking between him, Pickens, and Watson. I can't say I'm too mad about having all three of those options there. They'll probably pick someone else, but
establish the run. Put back to our earlier conversation. Put Jalen Hurts at QB6. Where we were considering him.
See, I think that's more like because once you get to QB6, I need to pull up someone else's rankings. So I don't even have I would
say there are probably 6 or 7 guys who could finish QB1. And that's probably means you need to wait in your draft. Although Josh Allen might be a cheat code in fantasy football.
Yeah, you know how it goes when you take a guy in the second round. He literally has to be a cheat code, otherwise it does not work out for you. Okay, quarterback. So just looking at Fantasy Pros, and this is obviously not updated with what has happened tonight.
Wait, the Jags just trade up to 27?
They did. So I was wrong.
Brees Hall.
Trent Baalke.
Wait, so what happens? What happens to your bet now, Johnny?
No, it's no. It doesn't matter. Like if they don't pick whoever they, says the position. No, I don't. It just said position of the 27th overall pick. Doesn't matter.
Well, wait, but they could still take cornerback,
corner or safety. That'd be ideal.
But Brees Hall would be a real funny pick. Real funny.
Yeah.
Man, on paper the Jets look good, but
yeah, I saw on Twitter. He's like, "Are the Jets back?"
They're not.
Apparently Coleman got by his chat tweeting about Bo Melton, who's like a 5th or 6th round pick.
Yeah. Wait, I was confused. If someone took Bo Melton here, the Raiders would have to trade up into the first round. That's a Raiders draft pick.
Diana Rossini says the Jets were also slightly interested in trading for AJ Brown, but the compensation wasn't matching up.
How is that not matching up when they were offering? Well, I guess they were only offering seconds for Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Man, Joe Douglas is being a smart GM.
So it's 27 to Jacksonville for 33, 106, and 180 to the Bucks.
33, 106, 180. Not bad. You lost 5 spots to go.
6 spots.
Jets plus 2,000 to win the division.
No.
Oh, hard pass.
What are the Jets' odds to finish 4th?
I don't think it has that option.
Well, I would take whatever those are.
If you haven't noticed, 2 of the worst teams have traded back into the first round, while smart teams are trading out of it because first round grades are rare to come from. But apparently the Jets and the Jags think their guys are still there.
Yeah, I'm very curious who the Jags are trading up for.
If
Because it's like the teams that I thought would be trading up into the end of the first round would be like if Malik Willis was still on the board. Clearly, Jacksonville would not be one of those teams.
don't count them out. Never
I'm just
say
saying,
never.
if the Chiefs don't make this pick, I'm in on Atlanta trading up and taking Malik Willis at 30 and getting 43 and some other stuff.
Was Trent Baalke one of the people saying when he was GM for the Niners that Lamar Jackson should be a wide receiver? Maybe he's just going to draft Malik Willis and try it all over again.
People are saying the Jets are winning the draft right now. I just have to say I disagree with that when I think that they probably took the 4th receiver at 10 overall.
Well, it's also
I know Jermaine Johnson is a value to us. Clearly something happened to where he dropped past all of these teams. I mean, the Chiefs, he was right there. The Chiefs trade up, could have taken him. Literally, they don't have a starting defensive end right now, opposite Frank Clark, who's barely a starting defensive end, and they passed on him.
well that and it's hard not to win the draft when you have 3 picks in the first round. We've only had the first round.
Also, I think the Giants are the winners of the draft right now.
I might say the Ravens. The Ravens got 2 of the best players at their position for.
Yeah, and the Jets still
picks.
didn't. The Jets haven't done anything with their offensive line yet. They've made, a couple of pretty good picks, but
I also might pick Baltimore just because of the fleecing they pulled to Arizona.
yeah, that was pretty bad.
I like how Arizona walked away a clear winner in the DeAndre Hopkins deal, and they had to go back to the drawing board and screw it up and trade for a wide receiver and just make it known that they're actually not good at it. Daniel Jeremiah said that Jermaine Johnson was in the mix at 10 for the Jets.
Yeah, he also is saying, I see the retweet from Evan Silva, 3 of his top 9. He has a different opinion on Garrett Wilson than I do. I like Wilson okay, but I think he's very clearly behind the other 3 receivers that went up there.
Yeah, I think wherever Garrett Wilson went, I wasn't going to be a fan of him, full disclosure, but I don't think it's that good of a pick for them. I think that's probably one of the worst picks in the top 10. The Lions taking Jameson Williams is another one that I would put up there, but that's
that was only bad because they traded up 20 spots.
Yes.
Devin Lloyd, Utah linebacker Devin Lloyd to the Jags.
Oh, I thought you were saying Devin Lloyd to the Packers, and I thought they went double linebacker in the first round.
So Johnny loses the safety or cornerback bet.
Andy,
Bad luck.
is
If you would have bet
horrible
linebacker
luck.
before that trade, it was probably crazy because
I
no way
think-
the Bucs are taking linebacker.
I think it was like plus 3,000 or 5,000.
Yeah.
Wow. Andy Isabella died, so Rondell Moore could also die.
God.
Oh. Tonight's been a
Someone who I don't know, but I'm going to trust them. Oh, they work for NFL Network. Tweeted that McDuffie is our number 8 overall player.
Wow. That's really good. Speaking of friends of the show, Eli Beery is having a tough day. Going back to yesterday, Javonte Williams gets hurt by the Melvin Gordon re-signing. DJ Chark looks like he's going to lose all late season value with the Jameson Williams signing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hollywood Brown, who he just traded, gets shipped off to a better environment to tank the value of the player he traded for in Rondell Moore.
Yeah.
Oh,
At
tough
least
day.
at least Hollywood going there probably helps Kyler at least a little bit.
Yeah, I would say it would.
Nick Sealy made the joke the Packers are taking Bobby Boucher, linebacker from Louisiana, at 28 overall.
Oh my god! Oh, Devin Lloyd's a Georgia player. So did you guys hit the over?
I didn't have on Georgia. I had SEC.
Oh, well, I think that hit then at this point.
Let's see. Well, it was 10.5. Let me do some counting here. 1, 2,
3,
3, 4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
6, yeah,
7,
7, 8, 9.
8, 9,
10 is Kerry Elam.
10. So just need one more.
No, you skip Kerry Elam. Killer Elam. He's
Oh yeah.
yeah. You're over.
Wait, I'm gonna have to recount that whole thing.
Trust
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Skip Craig Walker that time.
Oh my god, yeah, I actually did see that. So 9, 10, 9, 10. All right, we're at 10. So I need one more still though, because that's still 10.
Well, Devin Lloyd went to the Jaguars, which is
11. Oh yeah, right there. So yeah, 11. All right,
God.
that was a process.
And that's why we're half point, not full point. PPR,
Exactly.
It's hard to read. It's hard to count.
Exactly.
I really are the Packers on the board. 9 first-round trades, by the way, guys.
Wow.
Jeez. Yeah.
Dang. So
Packers
that
are on the
SEC
board.
bet won me $263.
Wow, that's impressive.
Nice.
That was a
I
$150 bet. That was my biggest bet.
I really need one wide receiver to go here before the draft's over to hit 6.5, and I need it to be George Pickens.
I need one more cornerback.
I really hope George Pickens goes to Green Bay so I can just write him off. George, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
My props are doing pretty well, I've got to say. I mean, I've got 4 right. One of them is still pending, half pending. Got the Kenny Pickett part right. And then I'm gonna have to count offensive players on my own time. I can barely count to 10 on camera. Don't want to try 16.
Yeah. All of mine are in play but Jermaine Johnson, and I got Derek Stingley first overall.
First
Pick is in
cornerback overall.
Yeah. Pick is in for the Packers. Can someone find it? Good point I saw on Twitter. It's not like the rest of the NFL forgot that Jermaine Johnson existed. The steals don't happen like that in a draft.
Okay, so let's discuss this. Heath Cummings just put out his current one rookie quarterback draft rankings of only players who have been drafted so far. Let me pull it up on the actual Twitter and just share this screen. 1 second. I feel like he disagrees with some of our earlier. Okay, stop that one. All right. So he has Garrett Wilson 1 overall.
Okay, he's wrong.
Chris Olave 2.
Okay.
Treylon Burks 3. And I am kind of throwing my hands up, not sure what to do with Burks right now. Drake London 4. Then a tier break, which was interesting to me. Jamison Williams, and then tier break. Jahan Dotson, and then tiers, plural, Kenny Pickett.
I don't want to ruin this, but the Packers just picked Devontae Wyatt.
The defensive tackle?
Yeah, the defensive tackle out of Georgia.
Well.
Oh, no. George Pickens.
Someone tweeted Rodgers gonna love throw him to his new defensive tackle and linebacker.
So this is why I stopped gambling for a little bit.
All right, back to that. I think Garrett Wilson is way too high. Garrett Wilson is not even the wide receiver 1 on his own team yet. But,
I agree.
Chris Olave, I think Burks needs to be above him. I just do.
I just don't understand. My biggest gripe with this is there really if you want to put Williams at any rank in the top, like 3 or 4, I'm fine with that. We're doing a tier break before we get to him at 5. This is rookie draft. This is not next year's rankings.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has to be situation. The worst deep passing quarterback with a guy whose premier talent is his deep.
But
threat
again, we all know Jared
ability.
Goff isn't going to be there long. Like we know this.
Yeah, you gotta prognosticate a lot to get there.
Well, yeah, but like, do we? And I'm not saying you. I'm making the counterpoint to you being devil's advocate here. Like, don't we have to do that with the Jets? Like, we're either saying Zach Wilson's going to be decent, or we're saying they have a new quarterback too to have Garrett Wilson number one.
I agree entirely. I think most people. I'm assuming Heath had Garrett Wilson as his top receiver too. Probably changes his making of it. I think Jameson Williams has a clear path to work quote unquote workhorse status.
I will say it's real tough. His Jameson Williams now becomes the most interesting player in the first round of rookie drafts right now for me. Now we still have the running backs. So we're going to go tomorrow and we're going to find out more. And maybe one of those guys becomes the new most interesting guy. But I just think we are in a situation like we're thinking, if you're a good team, it's a lot easier to draft Jameson Williams because he's not going to be an immediate contributor, like literally to start the season because he might not be playing yet. But now, like with Jared Goff, even when he does come back, you might not get a great production, even good production from Williams when he is back. So you might be looking at like a true redshirt year. Is someone really going to have the stomach to take him top 5 or 6 in a rookie draft? I think I would, but you've got to do that with your eyes wide open.
Well, you're also, we didn't have Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, Isaiah Spiller on that list, who, with the way this is going, look like they're going to end up in much better spots than the wide receiver class is ending up. I think the wide receiver class is better skill-wise, but landing spot-wise, some of these situations couldn't be possibly worse.
Yeah, we
Out of curiosity, can you guess the wide receiver 4 in Green Bay?
Can I guess the wide receiver 4? Dude, I don't even know if I can guess the wide receiver 3.
Okay, we'll go with wide receiver 3.
Oh, no, wait. So Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb is still there, and then they've got oh, no, wait. Okay, I actually
they signed a guy. Come on.
Who'd they sign?
The Lizard King himself.
Oh, they signed Sammy Watkins. I was going through guys that are still there. Amari Rogers is the kid, like the second year kid from Clemson, and then they have, is it Aquinas St. Brown? It's Amon St. Brown's brother, but I don't know his.
Aquinas went to the Bears.
Wait, they lost Aquinas to the Bears?
Yeah.
What are they doing? What are the Packers doing?
Jawan Winfrey is the other guy. They're in absolute shambles.
Well, looking like
Do you guys know that
Dalton, I know you and I just saw the same tweet pop up.
Because we both laughed at it. Yes, we did.
I'm not repeating it.
I will not say it out loud.
Did you see Rodgers is live with Pat McAfee right now?
Oh gosh. No. What's he saying?
He was like, it's all right. We got 2 picks in the second because Mina Kimes tweeted needed emergency Rodgers appearance on McAfee. And then she's like, oh, okay. Apparently he's already on right now.
Of course.
He's like driving in a car during the interview.
Man, the Patriots need to make their pick. Oh my God. They selected Cole Strange from Chattanooga, a guard. So,
gosh dang it! I want to show a video, but I think my mouse just died. There we go.
Yeah, how's wireless mouses now?
I literally just have the cord right here, just plugged it in.
Yeah, that was actually a quick reaction on there.
All right. And the tweet deck. Aaron Rodgers, we trade Devontae Adams. Can we please draft a first-round wide receiver? The Packers.
I'm not going to, so quit asking.
You know what? We were talking about making drops for the show the other day. I think that would be a great drop. That should be a drop that I'm not going to. Quit asking. Got to add that to the list.
So it's Kansas City's pick now, isn't it?
Is it really? Oh my god, it is. These last couple picks have actually gone kind of fast. Patriots run the ball. I thought the Patriots got their pick in pretty quick, or got leaked pretty quick. I mean, the Chiefs have their pick of that receiver. Cole Strange at 29. If we had to guess, where do we think he ranks in the Athletic top 100?
56.
73.
Wasn't that far off.
Chiefs could go into Kobe Dean and just have like the best young linebacking group in the league.
Yeah,
young linebacking group, to be clear, not the best linebacking group.
Yeah, linebackers don't matter.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. Oh man. I don't know. If I were the Chiefs, I don't know what I would do here. I think I actually might go D end. I think I might forego a receiver.
Why did Benjamin Albright just tweet Stranger Things gif? Sam McDowell said had the Chiefs Pickens here, but it's kind of intriguing with Kalafkas and Mayfield both available.
I think I would take. I'm gonna quit even trying to say it. Kalafkas.
Galapagos.
I would take
Galapagos.
him. I would take him, and I'm gonna look up how to pronounce his name, and then I would either hope a receiver falls to 50 or trade up from 50 to get like a Sky Moore, Christian Watson, George Pickens. Like the Chiefs can trade up again.
Okay, my concern is I need one more receiver to go, and unless the Vikings,
are we really still stuck on 6 receivers?
we are stuck on 6 after the run.
We haven't had a receiver since 18.
Yeah, welcome. I can't believe Jahan Dotson went above.
I think we pegged that pretty well. That if the Chiefs and Packers don't go receiver, we could really see a Bear receiver.
Let's go.
Draft in the 20s.
We drafted Kalafkas.
Nice. I'll take that. Well, okay. It is Jordan Schultz who's tweeting it, so I'm going to just wait until I see somebody else.
I saw it from Lindsay, okay, who's gotten everything right. And Matt Derrick just tweeted it. So.
Christopher Harris tweeted, I mean, obviously the Patriots are going to take a guard from Tennessee and Chattanooga after trading back.
So the two teams that everybody thought was going to take a wide receiver didn't get the chance.
I mean, they both had the chances. They just they clearly think they're going to be able to get a receiver either in that tier or one of these guys that we're talking about right now at the end of the first and the second round, either at their pick or trading up. I think that's got to be the read.
I think
I like it. I like the Chiefs going double defense because if receiver falls a certain way tomorrow, they could go double receiver in the second round and feel pretty good.
Man, apparently this pick is a very good pick.
The Chiefs pick?
Yeah. Let's go look at the PFF guide.
Well, I told you the Athletic has them at 18 overall.
We're just going to search by hand because
if we're going just based on the Athletic, the Chiefs got the 12 and 18 overall players at 21 and 30 and 20 or 21 and 30.
If we're going by PFF, the Chiefs got the 10th and 11th best players in the draft. So pretty good. The PFF has, for what it's worth, Jermaine Johnson at 32.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, love the Chiefs went double defense. There is a bevy of wide receivers that are going to go tomorrow. We have who do the Bengals go with here, Evan? Do you think they go defense?
I am keeping my word and looking up how to pronounce George Karlaftis' name now that the Chiefs took him. And I do actually think the Bengals go defense here. I actually think
think?
I'm Johnny. Can you bet safety? Can you get a bet in?
No, they stopped live bets there.
I think it's going to be a safety here for the Bengals.
I'm still in pain about the Packers not getting a wide receiver. Ooh, the only one that you can do is the 32nd pick that they have.
Who has 32?
I think the
Vikings.
Vikings. I have no idea who the Vikings are going to take. Not gonna lie.
Quarterback plus 170, cornerback at plus 170, then offensive lineman at plus 500.
I bet they take Booth if I had to pick.
I'm done gambling.
I can't find out how to pronounce this guy's name without. I'm sure I could probably find a video. Wait, that's not even his real name.
What?
He apparently is this kid from Greece? Yeah, he's from Greece. Someone said he 100% needs to go by his Greek name. Well, tell me what his Greek name is. Now I need to know.
Ooh. No, I said it was done, but then I put $2 on plus 170. And then right after I placed it, it changed to minus 120.
It's Carl Loftus.
I'm not seeing anything. Man, he's got actually a pretty cool story. He came from Greece in 2014 and literally knew nothing about football. Came to America in 2014. So how old is he? So he probably started playing football when he was like, 15, 16 then.
He sounds like he's from the South.
Oh, wait,
like he's from Greece.
The Athletic has pronunciation guides. Now, Carl. Oh, I spelled this kid's name. Good Lord.
Not connecting dots here, but maybe the Packers are going to try to trade for Debo.
Could be. Carl Loftus. Is that what you said earlier?
Yeah.
Carl Loftus. He was on their 16 and under water polo team, their national water polo team.
He's a freak athlete.
Dude, he's 6'3", 266. When he was 16, he was probably 6 foot, like
multi-sport athlete. Did you guys see the picture of Devin Lloyd picking up the commissioner?
I saw it happen out of the corner of my eye. Oh, the Mavs are down 12. Not looking great.
No, yeah, I'm aware. Pain.
Man, so what pit are we on 31 right now? Are we not going to get another receiver? Are we really going to only be stuck on 6 receivers for the last 14 picks? Wait.
So.
Oh my God. Rappaport, you're so behind. You made me think the Chiefs trade up again. He tweeted the Chiefs are on the clock. And I was like, what do you mean they're back on the clock? But I was finishing reading the tweet.
Bengals took a safety.
I knew it.
That means my prop just hit because it was Daxton Hill drafted before Desmond Ridder. Let's go.
What a strange prop that was.
How easy is that, though? Desmond Ridder's trash.
Quite bizarre.
Not easy, actually. I saw him mocked like 20.
Well, apparently whoever did the mock, I do more than. Make me rich. Last pick, we have...
cornerback.
Someone tweeted Karloftis Hive, where we at?
You know what? I'm in. This dude played water polo for his Greece national team.
Yeah, I'm in. I just hope he's not the same as the last hard-pronounced defensive end we had. Compaskino, or however you say it.
It's Passino.
Well, there was a K at the beginning.
The K is silent.
Okay, that's not a thing. Apparently, Cole Strange has been comped to Joe Tooney, if we're curious about that pick by the Patriots.
Oh, there we go.
All right, last pick of the draft, the Vikings who traded back. What are the bets on this one, Johnny?
I got cornerback plus 170.
Andrew Booth, is that who we're thinking?
I hope so. I need it. That literally will make or break my bet.
Which bet?
The
corners?
4.5 corners. I'd put over. We're at 4 right now.
I'm just
The
saying.
2 top 5s, Chiefs,
Come on.
and then the Bills.
Just drafted an offensive-minded coach. Adam Thielen, getting pretty old. Sky Moore.
Thielen has at least 5 more years left.
Yeah, 33.
According to Mel Kiper, the Chiefs drafted the T-Rex.
Everybody's a T-Rex.
Well, Brian Stocking, if you remember him, thinks that Karlaftis could be a steal.
I don't like that. Man, I can't believe Malik Willis is falling out of the first round.
Well, Jesse Newell made the point the Chiefs got 10 11 on the PFF board, which you said. But what you didn't say is that both those guys are higher than Trayvon Walker, who went number 1 overall.
Oh, wow.
Does Minneapolis maybe shake things up? And
Okay. I'm a George Karlaftis stan 100%. I love this kid.
What are we doing, Mavs?
His Chipotle order is, I'm sending you guys this picture because it's funny. Triple steak, white rice, and light cheese. That's it.
Wow. I like it.
Triple steak.
Just get a bowl of just
Dude,
steak.
That's just the most offensive lineman order you could possibly have for Chipotle.
How much does he weigh?
Like 266, I think.
260.
Yeah, 6'3", 266.
you big boys.
Jeez.
Man, for fantasy, this second half of the first round has been pretty dead.
I know. I really thought we were going to have more fantasy to talk about
Yeah.
in the last half of this draft, from George Pickens, Christian Watson, Sky Moore, like maybe like 1 or 2 of them. But
Yeah, other guys.
Tom Martin tweeted, "We spend all this time talking about hand slides. Let's talk about how Karlaftis' mouth is the size of my thumb." Oh man.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun. God, come on, Mavs. Do something crazy. Please.
Matthew Berry thinks AJ Brown to the Steelers is a downgrade for his fantasy value.
Where's Matthew Berry at right now?
Looks like he's like on a street somewhere.
Well, you said AJ Brown to the Steelers, so
Who said AJ Brown to the Steelers?
you did. That's what you said.
Oh, I said Steelers?
Yeah.
I definitely meant Eagles.
Well, Matthew Berry is more wrong than he is right, so I don't really care.
You know what? I'm going to play the video because we have nothing else to talk about right now. Where'd it go? Freaking tweet deck.
Man.
This is a minute and 44 seconds. I'm not playing the whole thing.
Splashback, which is our party here in Las Vegas. Watching and
Oh,
celebrating
he's in Vegas.
And the biggest news out of the draft first round is the guy that wasn't drafted. AJ Brown gets traded from the Tennessee Titans to the Philadelphia Eagles. They go to the Eagles, obviously, who need a wide receiver. This is a downgrade for AJ Brown. Yes, Tennessee is a run-first offense. Them and Philadelphia, the 2 most run-heaviest team in the NFL. But going from Ryan Tannehill to Jalen Hurts, at least at this stage of their career, that's a downgrade for A.J. Brown. Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert, there's more competition for targets for Brown than I think he had in Tennessee last year, where he had a 27% target share. And obviously, A.J. Brown has struggled with injuries.
Honestly, not the worst points I've ever heard.
Yeah. AJ Brown's a massive NFL talent.
He is, but it'd still be a slight downgrade. You know what? I think I'm on that train now. I think Matthew Berry's convinced me.
I'm glad you're agreeing with Matthew Berry.
This board, meanwhile, is like 4 picks behind. There we go. Yeah. Okay, I think we're just gonna stop sharing the board. We're on the last pick anyway.
Sean McVay just said, I guess we wasted our time scouting him. We thought he'd be there at pick 104 when talking about the Patriots selection of Cole Strange.
Did he actually say that?
Benjamin Albright just tweeted it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
there's
God.
a video of him reacting to the Patriots picking him.
Oh, that's something. Mike Wright tweet a Matrix. Sammy Watkins watching the first round, like dodging all these bullets.
Oh my God.
All right, make this friggin' pick so we can log off. Well, Chris Sims likes the pick if that makes you feel better or worse about it. He also liked their other pick too.
They did say that.
It was Lewis Sign Payne. That cornerback 4.5 is not going to cash. Oh, that's tragic.
Wait, what was the pick you just said?
Lewis Sign at 32 to the Vikings. And it's a good pick for the Vikings. I think he's actually a stud. I'm just more upset for myself personally.
Payne.
That's another Georgia guy, though.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Any parting thoughts as we sign off after 2 hours, 11 minutes, and change here?
I'm glad I don't have to decide whether or not George Pickens is worth the second pick in a rookie draft.
You might still. The Chiefs could still take him tomorrow.
He's not going.
I think I'm really excited for day 2 tomorrow to see what happens with that next run of receivers. The Watson, Pickens, Sky Moore, Jalen Tolbert, some of those guys. Because I do think one of those guys of that caliber is probably going to end up on both the Chiefs and the Packers. Like if I had to guess. So I think we're going to get some receivers hit better destinations tomorrow than we got today. And it's going to make rookie drafts really exciting because we have the better players and the worst destinations, which is usually how it goes when the bad teams pick first. But even with the bad teams picking first, it just felt like it went unusually poor for this class today of receivers.
Yeah, it was a poor day for the receiver class. Running backs will be more exciting tomorrow in day 2, but we'll see.
Yep. Obviously, also excited to see where Brees and Kenneth Walker end up. But if you guys have nothing else to add, I think that's going to do it for this 2-hour plus stream. Boy, that was some NFL draft. Highlight of the night was a trade that doesn't usually happen in the NFL draft. At least
multiple trades,
having it be the highlight of the night in AJ Brown. I'm sure we'll talk more about AJ Brown, more about that fallout. Probably the next real show we have, we might do draft winners and losers. We'll probably do. I looked back last year, some early top 24 ranks at running back and receiver. And I think we did quarterback and tight end last year too. So we might be getting like our first real rankings out at some point soon after the draft. So look forward to all that. Thanks for anybody who stopped in and watched. We do really appreciate it. And we will talk to everybody maybe next week. No commitment. Sometime fairly soon though. Take care.